Hello, hello, and a very good morning to everybody. I feel like it's going up. There it is. So I keep talking just a little more to make sure. How's this? Is this all right? I don't want to overwhelm anybody before breakfast here. You're signing all of that, hey? That's fun. I've never had that before. I know it's been here. I've never noticed it. This is so cool. All right, again, as you continue to make your way to your seats, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And a very good morning to you all, and welcome to the Spirit of Cosmo Pancake Breakfast. Yes, let's clap. Here we go. Anytime we can clap, it's a good time for sure. So very happy to be here, and again, graciously hosted by our friends at Miners Construction. And I'm your host, Gary Nickel, and I'm truly delighted to be your MC this morning. I'm thrilled to see so many of you out here again and again and again. It's getting to that point now where we're doing these things and we're seeing each other more often, and we're doing really, really good things with those visits. So it's always a pleasure to be around each and every one of you. We are also very excited for everybody that's going to be watching online here today, as we're going to have, I believe, nearly 70 program participants with us here today, and more joining us remotely later from Cosmo's satellite locations and Cosmo Center. So that's going to be really cool to see as we make our way through the morning. We are here to present the prestigious Howard Stensrud Spirit of Cosmo Award to the Kiwanis Club of Saskatoon, and to raise funds for a new wheelchair van to help Cosmo participants access our community. Today, we celebrate all the adults with intellectual disabilities who have chosen Cosmo to enrich their lives and contribute to our community. Thanks to all of you again for being a part of this great event. So included in your program today, you'll find QR codes that you can scan. Now, if you're like me, QR codes make no sense to you and they're not your cup of tea, it's all good. Don't hesitate to ask for assistance at your table. Just find someone, they'll come help you out, and they'll get you started on all that. Now, the deadline for the 50-50 is at 8:01 a.m. And we'll announce the winner before we conclude this morning, so be sure to get in on all that action. All the amazing stuff is out over there in that corner. And right now, just to give you some motivation for this, the current total ticket sales stand at a very impressive over $10,000. That's over. I don't know exactly how much, but I was talking to Case at over $10,000 already. So we're going to keep that rolling. We're going to keep trying to get that up, okay? So we got that going on. So I hope you had as well a chance to go see all of the stuff over there at the display when you entered the hall. And again, to participate, just text the word Cosmo to the number in your program, register, and start bidding. And the auction will close again at 8:30 a.m., and you'll be able to collect your prize before you leave. Now, before we make our way to the buffet for those mouth-watering pancakes and bacon, I'd like to invite each of you to express your gratitude for this meal in your traditional way. As we do so, Braden Wilkinson, a participant from Cosmo, will join us at the microphone to offer his thanks in his unique manner.
Thank you for the meal. I would like to say thank you to our superiors and sponsors, and to all of our guests for supporting Cosmo Industries. Your support means a lot to each and every one of us. Without all of you, everything we do at Cosmo would not be possible. Thank you for the meal we are about to eat, for those that made it possible, and for those with whom we are about to share it with. We are grateful.
Teamwork. All right, again, wow, breakfast, man. What a great meal. Gets a big round of applause to Prairie Land for this amazing meal. I know there's still some people getting in there, and I promise you're going to love it. Okay, now please take a moment to pick up a program and direct your attention to the back cover, or the impressive screen behind me. Look at that. That's a big screen. These remarkable companies right here. They have extended their support to further Cosmo's mission with a particular focus on the significance of transportation. And we want to acknowledge all our sponsors, as without you, this is not possible, as you know, and ask that you stand when announced, but we'll hold our applause until the end. So let's begin with our breakfast partners. Breakfast partners, if you could please stand up. It's going to be a little awkward without the clapping, but I promise it'll pay off at the end. Somebody will go, no, we don't do it yet. No, it's okay. Opportunity partner tables, you guys please stand as well. Notice that no one's standing, so that's good. Okay, here we go. There's a couple. It's okay. Everyone's going to be up eventually. As well, our Miracle partners, Rick and Lori Hopkinson, GFL Environmental, Northern Blacktop, our corporate partner, First Student. As well, back at Cosmo, participants will be enjoying food, beverages, and viewing this very event. All thanks to the generosity of our participant partner. Look at that, Nickel Plumbing and Heating. Nickel Plumbing, I've heard those guys are pretty good. As well, Miners Construction has been an integral part of Cosmo since our inception with Howie Stensrud's energy and vision. Family and friends came together to create something truly exceptional. Cosmo extends heartfelt thanks to Miners Construction for hosting this breakfast. And now is the time for all of us to thank these incredible supporters of Cosmo with enthusiastic applause. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Feel the love. That's why we're here. Perfect. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Whew. Okay. Now at this juncture, I'd like to invite Cosmo's Executive Director, Charlene Duquette, to come up to the stage. And we can keep clapping too. She's awesome.
Thanks, Gary. I have to lower this. I'm a little bit shorter. Anyways, good morning, everyone. Thank you for starting your day by attending our third annual Howard Stensrud Spirit of Cosmo Breakfast, hosted by Miners Construction. I know it was early, but was it not worth it? I'd like to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory and the homeland of the Métis. We pay our respect to the First Nation and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationship with one another. At this time, I want to acknowledge some special guests we have with us today. Brad Redekop, MP for Saskatoon West. Gord Wyant, MLA, Saskatoon Northwest. His Worship Mayor Charlie Clark. Hilary Goff, Ward 2 Councillor. David Curtin, Councillor Ward 3. And Randy Donauer, Ward 5 Councillor. Also, we have management from Community Living Service Delivery, Ministry of Social Services, our Cosmo Board of Directors, and each and every one of you, our incredible team of staff who make things click and happen, and the most important of all, our participants, many here today or who will be turning in to view as they too are having breakfast, thanks to Nickel Plumbing for sponsoring that event. A shout out to all our satellite locations. I think most everybody from Market Mall is here. Hello to Arlington, Acadia, and everyone at Cosmo Center too. They're enjoying a drive-through Tim Hortons. Anybody that's not here in the room today is having a breakfast there. So it was an exciting day, ramping up yesterday to get to this big day. So thanks everybody. We have a lot of participants attending, so maybe a quick wave, because I know there's spattered throughout. So if all the participants can give a big wave, awesome. I see every single one of you, so that's awesome. A huge shout out to our chair, Laura Buckwold, and the entire Spirit of Cosmo Breakfast Committee. It's just a simply wow and thanks. There's a lot of behind the scenes works that gets to today. Braden, you're right there. You did an excellent job. Thank you so much. Your smile and personality lights up any room. You didn't look nervous at all. I wish I was like you. Look at this place. Look at how many of you are here through a connection to our Cosmo family. We have almost 400 attending today. That equates to how many folks have chosen Cosmo as their program. Last year, I challenged each of you to bring just one more guest so we can grow this event, but more importantly, grow the reach so everybody knows more a little bit about Cosmo. Many of you rose up to that challenge, so thank you. Howie would be proud, but I also see him saying to me, now tell them to bring 2 next year so that it grows. So hopefully, there's your challenge. Because our goal at Cosmo is to always improve, create, challenge ourselves and each other to grow, all while we have so much fun, laughter, many smiles that we can walk away with, spirit and joy every single day. Don't get me wrong, it's not stress-free, but if our cups are getting emptied, they can be filled up pretty darn quick. Those of you here for the first time, I hope you get to learn a little bit more about Cosmo and can leave with something you did not know or a smile for the day, like we as staff get every day when we walk through any location of Cosmo. Our staff are the ones that make things really happen once they know what the participants share, what it is that they want. They also make it look easy. It isn't. It could be working at Al's, the fire department, planting a garden, art, sewing, baking, making soup, learning to write their name, or doing math. This is their program, so there is a lot going on. We have others wanting to work at Earl's with animals, a daycare, the police station, a clothing store, and so much more. Our work is never done, and nor should it be. Together, we're building a stronger community and providing opportunities and endless experiences, but we can't do this alone. This community has embraced us in all that we do and supports us in what we're able to do, but we do need wheels to go get out and about. Your support the past 2 years has meant some incredible changes to make our space more welcoming and to increase accessibility, such as washroom upgrades. They are amazing, so thank you. Today's event is to raise funds for a new bus for accessible transportation. Transportation, cost for admissions into events or programs, and the staff to support these initiatives are our biggest barriers, stopping people from accessing community events and programs. Knowing this, Cosmo has made this barrier a priority to overcome. How so? By purchasing vehicles, including wheelchair-accessible ones, planning leisure community events during the day, where we can provide staff support and assistance as needed, funding admissions to events during the day so that there are no costs to the participant through our social enterprise endeavors, fundraising such as this, SAS Lotteries grants. We apply for everything possible. The Ministry of Social Services recognizes the importance of transportation and funds many costs, but what they cannot fund is the purchase of vehicles, which is why CBOs, community-based organizations such as Cosmo, work diligently to raise funds for such an important need. Over the years, we've been extremely grateful to Miners Construction, Kinsman Foundation, Affinity Credit Union for their generous contributions to the purchase of or donation of wheelchair vans and our minivans. We've also had personal vehicles donated. Transportation is like a science, complex and ever-changing, but it's something we cannot do alone. We work with some incredible providers: VIP Shuttle, City Transit, Access, Ride, and First Bus. Some facts: 35 of our almost 400 participants use City Transit. All others depend on chartered transportation or a ride from a parent or caregiver. It takes 16 chartered buses to get people to and from Cosmo. This does not include about 3 access buses, nor parents or caregivers. 2 of these charters are our own Cosmo-owned wheelchair vans, one of which we hope to replace with funds raised from today. This will be over $100,000. Community connections. On average, we go out up to 70 times per week for leisure and volunteering using our company vehicles. This isn't including staff using theirs, and we go to the library, swimming, field house, you name it. The participants, you guys are there, way more than me. Supported employment would be another 40 to 50 weekly trips on top of this to get people to their work opportunities. I could go on, but to give you a glimpse, this is about 110 to 120 trips per week and doesn't include the private vehicles or our 2 wheelchair vans for program day trips. We are on the move. Although as mind-boggling transportation can be, it is incredibly vital to our participant lives. I will never be able to describe what Cosmo is for us as staff and the connections we've made. You have to experience it. But I can share from a parent's perspective. Last week I received an email from a parent, and then we had a chat by phone. And with permission, I will share words from her as a parent as to what Cosmo means to their son, who attends Cosmo and has done so for the past 17 years. Cosmo has been my son's life for 17 years. There have been no negatives in 17 years. Cosmo, buses, and pianos are his favorite things. He loves Cosmo, buses, and pianos, and I thought how fitting with the Kiwanis being recognized for their rhythm band. We are so grateful for his friendships. He is so valued. He never wants me to come see him, as it is his place. There's nothing better for him during his daytime other than being out and about at Cosmo. He wants to go 7 days a week. And interesting, talking with Mayor Charlie Clark, are you guys just 5 days a week? I said, yes, we are, because Cosmo is very meaningful. We were planning to move west to get away from our winters, but because of Cosmo, we stayed, because he just loves it. So we have to deal with the winters, but that is totally okay. We would never have imagined the life he would have at Cosmo. He has purpose, and she said, I'm sending you a check for $5,000. Again, I'll say there's no better place to work than at Cosmo. And like I said last year, we're still hiring, so consider joining our Cosmo family. The focus in each day is our participants and their love for Cosmo. We have been told we are a leader in programs, provincially and nationally, but it is our participants today who are the heart of Cosmo. What we do is for them is because of you guys helping us out. I do hope to see you next year, but also challenge you to call us. Perhaps we can assist your business. Perhaps we can tour it. Or you may think that this is a great organization for your staff to give back and develop a growing partnership with a volunteer opportunity. I almost will guarantee it will be a win-win. A former executive director, and unfortunately she can't be with us today, she was planning to, said, she references Cosmo as the miracle on 34th Street. And I add to this, it's a hidden gem. Speaking of gems, we'd like to show you a video before the presentation of the Spirit of Cosmo Award.
Rick Stolwick with the Kiwanis Club, and I've been involved with Cosmo Rhythm Band for about 10 years.
I'm Jerry Helfrich. I've been a member of Kiwanis Club for over 50 years, and we're involved as a primary project at Cosmo with the Rhythm Band. We visit weekly to assist with the rehearsals and with performances, and so on. So we provide the instruments, we provide the uniforms.
Well, I get such a joy out of having the Rhythm Band people come, and they just can't wait to get in there to start playing and that sort of thing. And I think it's really exciting and for them, and it's also exciting for us.
What is noticeable to me from the members of the band is the elevated sense of pride that they exhibit in being able to play and perform, and they also have an increased sense of camaraderie among them. It's a lesson for us all in how to appreciate the finer things and the smaller things in life.
all the places we will go,
all the things we will do,
all the people we will see.
Follow your heart, follow your song, sing for all, you can't go wrong. Sparkling eyes, shining for all, a peaceful world, a peaceful world. Look at us, we are Cosmo, we belong. Don't despair about our worth, we are the angels of the earth. We will help you, UNMC, when you are down in misery. Look to us, your star will shine, our gift of love for all mankind. Look at us, we are Cosmo, we belong. Don't despair about our worth, we are the angels of the earth. Don't shed a tear. We are near. Peace for all, peace to you. We are the angels, we'll see it through. Give us trust, love to share. We'll do our best, we'll be there. Don't you worry, we know our worth. We are the angels of the earth. Look at us, look at us. We are Cosmo, we belong. Don't despair about our worth. We are the angels of the earth. Look at us, look at us. We are Cosmo, we belong. Don't despair about our worth. We are the angels of the earth.
Our most prestigious award that we hand out annually is our Howard Stensrud Spirit of Cosmo Award. This award is intended to promote the vision and spirit of those who founded Cosmo Industries. It is presented in recognition of people who have made a huge difference in the lives of adults with intellectual disabilities. Howie was very involved on our board of directors right up to the day of his passing. He was an inspiration to many, and his passion for Cosmo was always present. The award is individually formed work of art crafted by Al Hebert, the artist, who I believe is with us today. Perhaps you'll be inspired to get involved in organizations such as ours, which is what Howie would have wanted. It is with great pleasure I share with you a bit more about the Kiwanis Club and why they are deserving of this most prestigious award. The Kiwanis has shined a light brightly on Cosmo for many years with tremendous spirit. Kiwanis International was founded in 1915. Initially focused on business networking, the organization changed its focus in 1919. Over the years, more clubs were created. Today, there are Kiwanis clubs in nearly 80 nations and geographic locations. At Cosmo, the Kiwanis are best known for rhythm band. Although Kiwanis Club members have volunteered at Cosmo with the Spirit of Cosmo Pancake Breakfast, Collier's Cup helping out with barbecues, and so forth, they do a lot of fundraising for other local charities too. In 1983, John Drobit, Saskatoon Kiwanis Club member, traveled to Austria to an international Kiwanis convention. It was there John listened to a band made up of adults with intellectual disabilities perform music using rhythm instruments. This sparked an idea, and John approached Cosmo, and 1 year later, Rhythm Band has had 25 members. For the past 40 years, the Saskatoon Kiwanis Club has covered the expensive equipment and uniforms provided by the Kiwanis volunteers. The band practices weekly, all year round, and is performed at numerous events and venues, including Telemiracle, Festival of Trees, various malls, grand openings, schools, long-term care facilities, and so forth. Longtime Kiwanis members Jerry Helfrich and Rick Stallwick, along with Stuart Garvin, attend every practice and performance. They are early at every practice, setting up chairs, ensuring that each member has their instrument, then stays behind to make sure that all the instruments are cleaned and put away for the next performance. Members of the Kiwanis Club also repair any instruments or equipment, launder the uniforms, and you'll see spattered throughout today many of our participants donning the yellow uniform, which they are so proud to wear. And they purchase more as the band expands. Even during the pandemic, the Kiwanis Club members were on Zoom so that connections continued and music played on. Over the years, various piano players have been recruited, and today, Tyrell, a participant, is the pianist and does an incredible job. You would have heard him on your way in. We have had various leaders of the band over the years as well. Helen, Mary, Russ, and today Claire, of whom brought their unique approach to the role. At Cosmo, we know there is no challenge to recruit participant members for Rhythm Band. Rhythm Band today provides opportunities for 48 to 50 proud band members from the main building and satellites. Practices occur weekly on Wednesdays all year round, with about 4 performances outside of Cosmo every year. The Kiwanis truly light up the participants' lives by being their biggest cheerleaders. They sit up front at every performance and practice, singing and participating along with the Rhythm Band. They have taken the time to get to know all the participants in the band. They take the time to talk with them before and after each practice. They've learned everyone's name, what instruments they play, to where they even prefer to sit. The Kiwanis Club of Saskatoon has created an incredible opportunity for individuals with disabilities, the chance to learn an instrument and play in a band. It is a community-inclusive activity that has provided participants with many opportunities to showcase their musical talents. It also has provided the participants with a sense of pride and ownership. To the Kiwanis Club of Saskatoon, thank you for making a significant difference to the lives of people with intellectual disabilities in Saskatoon. Your dedication and exemplary commitment is recognized today. All of you define spirit and heart as you care for and every single band member. Thank you for bringing pure joy to Cosmo every Wednesday. I would now like to ask Mike Stensrud to come forward and present the Howard Stensrud Spirit of Cosmo Award.
Good morning, everyone. On December the 13th of this year, it will be 10 years since the namesake of our most prestigious award, Howie Stensrud, passed away. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years, and makes you think about time and how it just goes by in a blink. Howie would often stop and listen to the Rhythm Band. And Howie wouldn't stop for much, frankly. Howie loved music, and he loved to sing. And the fact that he could sing as well as Elaine Bennis dances did not dissuade his enthusiasm at all. It was rather embarrassing at church because it was difficult at 6 years of age to convince the other parishioners I'd never seen this guy before, because he sang so loud and so off-key. But he loved the Rhythm Band, and he loved the smiles and the joy that the Kiwanis Club created. What is important when we're young is often not the same as when we get older. When the day comes that you have more time behind you than in front of you, it becomes truly clear what's important. And that is, of course, time. The Kiwanis Club has, since 1984, given Cosmo that most priceless of gifts, their time, their volunteerism. Mr. Jerry Helfrich, Mr. Rich Stolwick, and Mr. Stuart Gavin, along with other Kiwanis members, both past and present, bring joy and music to us every week at Cosmo without fail. So on behalf of all of us, the board of directors, the wonderful staff, and our cherished participants, we are proud to award the 2023 Howard Stensrud Spirit of Cosmo Award to the Kiwanis Club, represented here by Mr. Jerry Helfrich, Mr. Rich Stolwick, and by the president of the club, Mr. Keith McLean. Congratulations. Would you come up, please? I would love it if you presented the word. That would be great. Awesome. So why don't you say, when those guys get up here, why don't you say congratulations to them? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Right over here, please. Right over there? I think you're going to hand it to Jerry.
Where's Jerry?
And then Jerry's going to say a few words, so you do it.
Okay. Hi. How are you doing, Sean? Yes. Award. The award. Like this. Thank you.
Give it to the president.
Well, as Charlene mentioned, 40 years ago in 1983, Kiwani and John Robot may be known to some of you in the audience, particularly those with hair the color of mine, but he was impressed with a feature performance of a band of intellectually challenged adults from Oslo, Norway, who flew to Vienna, Austria, to provide an entertainment event for the Kiwanians attending. And John reportedly said to himself, why not Saskatoon? We've shared the honor of receiving this at this breakfast with the Oslo Kiwanis Club and are happy to report that the Oslo Club continues to support its inspirational rhythm band to this day. Palmer and Marg Hansen were among a group of 8 who attended Vienna in 1983, and Palmer is an active member of our club, and we are grateful to him for leaning on his Norwegian relatives, both here in Canada and in Norway, for translation services and helping us make the connection. And Palmer joins us today at the honorary table. Our club history notes that over 365 service hours were devoted in that first year in 1983-84 to getting the band started. And as mentioned, our club members continue the established practice of attending weekly sessions at Cosmopolitan Industries and public performances to provide support to the members of the band and its leaders. But the involvement of the Kiwanis Club today is significantly less than that given in the early years, when past Kiwanians like John Robot, Frank Moore, Ken Reddy, and Al Anderson, last year's recipient of this award, and others with musical talent, provided leadership each week. Now that the band is firmly established, the current assisting Kiwanians are just carried along with the participants by the motivated Cosmo management, the caring staff, and citizen volunteers who possess special talents, like today's Claire Pattison, the band leader, and her husband David, Fran Price, Mark Berand, and Tarell, who you heard perform at the entrance today, who share their exceptional musical gifts. And the band participants arrive each week ignited with enthusiasm to perform and enjoy sharing their individual talents with each other, the band leaders, and whomever else is in their space. That is a gift that keeps on giving. We see the pride and enjoyment on the faces of the participants, as you have seen in the videos presented here this morning. Really, those of us in attendance at band performances are drawn into a living example of simply getting along in happy fellowship, without competition, in pure fun, mutual enjoyment. It's like being part of a jam session. And of course, the ever-ignited Ken Grischuk is always circulating in the background with his cell phone camera in hand, capturing the band and every other valued service that goes on daily at the amazing Cosmopolitan Industries. You have seen his handiwork throughout the presentations this morning. So to you, Charlene, and the dedicated staff and management at Cosmopolitan Industries, and to Howie Stensrud and family, the Kiwanis Club of Saskatoon is humbled by being placed among those honored by the Howard Stensrud Spirit of Cosmo Award. And most importantly, we appreciate the enduring gift of sharing in the living of the Spirit of Cosmo. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
All right. Again, every time we do these, the emotions and feelings, they sneak up on you, so you got to be careful. But I highly recommend taking the high we're all on right now, taking out those doors and spread this love around this beautiful city of ours, because you can really build off of moments like this when you start a morning like this. So again, great job, everybody. If any of you here today would like to make a tax-deductible donation towards the new bus, you can do so by using the QR code in your program and donate using your credit card. It's very easy. As well, for our live stream audience, donations can be made through Cosmo Industries' website. And if you don't want to use QR codes and websites, just call Cosmo. They'll help you. It's that easy. So just pick up the phone, like they say. In closing, we'll be reaching out with a survey to those who provided their email addresses today for your very valuable feedback. This is very, very important, as we already start. It's like, I was like to say, it's like Happy Gilmore in the baseball machine, only 364 more days till the next breakfast, so you got to get ready. So any info you can give us to help make it better, we're more than happy to accept it as we get ready for November 20th of next year. As well, the silent auction is now closed, so make sure you have your phone ready to go on your way out. Head out there. I see some waving. Beautiful. And just show the lovely people there what you want, and they'll hook you up. And a very special congratulations to our 50-50 winner this morning. $11,920 were raised, which means our winner is taking home $5,960. That winner is Greg Charna. Charna. Greg is for sure. I can't quite pronounce the right last name, but our winner will be contacted by Cosmo. So again, congratulations to everybody. Take what you've gathered here today, spread it around this beautiful city of ours, and let's continue to make the world a better place. All right, congratulations, and we'll see you all next year. Thank you again.